The gaming world is no stranger to controversy, but the latest firestorm surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows and its parody counterpart, Yasuke Simulator, is something else entirely. On one hand, you have Assassin's Creed Shadows, a game that's being called out for its heavy-handed DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda. On the other, you have Yasuke Simulator, a parody that's exposing just how ridiculous the whole thing has become. And guess what? Japanese audiences are joining the conversation, and they're not holding back. Let's start with Assassin's Creed Shadows. The game features Yasuke, a black samurai who served under Oda Nobunaga in 16th century Japan. Now, Yasuke is a fascinating historical figure, and his story could make for an incredible game. But instead of focusing on historical accuracy or compelling storytelling, Ubisoft seems more interested in ticking DEI boxes. The result? A game that feels less like an authentic exploration of Japanese history and more like a woke lecture disguised as entertainment. Enter Yasuke Simulator, the parody game that's calling out Assassin's Creed Shadows for its absurdity. This game takes the over-the-top, historically inaccurate elements of Shadows and cranks them up to 11. Yasuke isn't just a skilled warrior, he's a one-man army, defying all logic and physics. The Japanese characters are reduced to caricatures, and the whole thing feels like a mockery of the DEI-driven narrative that Shadows is pushing. And honestly, it's hilarious, but it's also a sad commentary on the state of modern gaming. What's even more interesting is the reaction from Japanese audiences. They're not just criticizing Assassin's Creed Shadows, they're calling out the entire woke DEI agenda that's behind it. One Japanese commentator pointed out that this kind of cultural appropriation isn't just disrespectful, it's dangerous. They argued that if Western media continues to impose its values on Japanese history, it could lead to demands for reparations or apologies for events that have nothing to do with modern Japan. Can you imagine? A video game sparking an international debate about reparations? That's how far this nonsense has gone. And let's be real, this isn't just about Assassin's Creed Shadows or Yasuke Simulator. It's about a larger trend in media, where storytelling takes a back seat to political agendas. It's about companies like Ubisoft using diversity as a marketing tool, rather than a genuine effort to tell meaningful stories. And it's about the growing backlash from people who are tired of seeing their culture rewritten to fit someone else's narrative. Japanese audiences are particularly vocal about this. They're tired of Western media using their history as a backdrop for woke DEI initiatives. They're tired of seeing their culture reduced to stereotypes or ignored altogether. And they're tired of being told that their stories don't matter unless they fit into a Western framework of diversity and inclusion. One Japanese commentator put it perfectly. Woke doesn't care about Japan, it only cares about using Japan to push its own agenda. And honestly, they're not wrong. So what's the solution? It's simple. Respect the culture you're representing. Tell stories that honor history, not rewrite it. And most importantly, listen to the people whose culture you're portraying. If Japanese audiences are saying that Assassin's Creed Shadows feels disrespectful and inaccurate, maybe it's time to take a step back and rethink the approach. In the meantime, Yasuke Simulator is doing what parodies do best, exposing the absurdity of the original. It's a reminder that when you prioritize DEI checkboxes over storytelling, you end up with something that's not just bad, it's laughable. And while the parody is funny, it's also a wake-up call for the gaming industry. If we want to create games that resonate with players, we need to focus on authenticity, not agendas. So what do you think? Is Assassin's Creed Shadows a step forward for diversity or a step backward for storytelling? And does Yasuke Simulator hit the mark as a parody, or does it miss the point entirely? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more honest takes on gaming and pop culture. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.